Hello. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. So today we're going to be talking about a trade that I took, kind of what I was looking at, but we're also going to be talking a little bit about TopStep's new TopstepX platform that's going on right now and the deal that's happening. So I just wanted to briefly talk about this trade that I took and then kind of ask you guys for your opinion on this new TopstepX kind of platform. So let's jump right into the charts. We'll do a quick overview of this trade and then we'll go back onto TopStep's website. So yes, I'm not going to talk too much about the trade just because I do want to talk a little bit more about this TopstepX, but I did take a winning trade today, so I'm feeling pretty excited about that. We're back into profit on our TopStep challenge, and even though we took a couple losers, this one trade made up for it. So let's talk about that, shall we? So we're going to start on the daily time frame. Now, what I wanted to see was this daily fair value gap be kind of respected and turned into an inversion fair value gap. So right away, I was looking for the market to trade higher off of this inversion fair value gap, potentially go for the Tuesday's high, and maybe even that previous week's high. Why? Well, we had that nice run on Monday. We kind of had like a small move on Tuesday. And because we went right through that daily fair value gap right here, I was looking for a potential retest of the inversion fair value gap on the daily time frame and then move higher. That's kind of what my bias was, so I was looking for buys. Let's drop down to the 1 hour. Now, the 1 hour is important because I actually took my trade on this 1 hour kind of immediate rebalance. And I'll show you guys what I was looking at and why I decided to take this trade on this 1 hour imbalance. Something that kind of shocked me personally, because for me, when I'm trading, I do tend to wait for my confirmation, wait for my fair value gap, and then wait for that entry. But we actually got in before that happened, and it's new to me. It's something that I usually wouldn't do, but it panned out in our favor anyways. All right, so as you can see, we traded down to this daily inversion fair value gap, and then at 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., when I'm on the markets, I saw that the market was respecting it. We were moving higher. So where's the next drawn liquidity? We obviously have these relative equal highs, which is also that London session high. We also have this kind of 1 hour fair value gap right here that I wanted to see the market be drawn towards. So we're looking for that push higher into these London highs and this 1 hour fair value gap, potentially yesterday's high. But because we go for that low hanging fruit, the best drawn liquidity for me today was the relative equal highs / London highs. So that's kind of what I was looking for, and I wanted to see the market be respected and continue to push higher. I drew this out in time. I'll label it right now, 1 hour plus OB, because it's our 1 hour order block. But the cool thing about this, I was watching the 1 hour time frame along with the 15-minute, 5-minute, and 1 minute, plus the DXY, just to see if we would get some momentum down on the DXY to kind of push our trade higher on the NASDAQ. And we did in fact see lower movement on the DXY, so I could trust in this trade more wanting to move higher. That wasn't my only confirmation. Obviously, we had the bullish bias on the NAS and the bearish bias on the DXY, but seeing that kind of momentum helped with the trade. So as you can see, we actually traded down to this top, to the high of that 1 hour order block. But not only is it a 1 hour order block, we actually have that kind of immediate rebalance. So if the market didn't trade lower, we would have left a 1 hour fair value gap. But the fact is we came back down to the high of this candle. So we filled in that 1 hour fair value gap, creating an immediate rebalance. And I really like seeing that. And that's kind of what I was basing my trade off of, to want to move higher, especially because we had such that nice push higher already in the morning off of that higher time frame PD array of the daily inversion fair value gap. So seeing all these things kind of correlate, I was looking for the London highs to be reached. Let's drop down to the 15-minute. Beautiful. Again, I'll drop down to the lower time frames, but essentially what I was looking at was this respect of this 1 hour order block right here and the drawn liquidity up here. So we do have that kind of break and market structure on the 15-minute time frame, so that's all good. We also traded right through this 15-minute fair value gap, so seeing all of this price action kind of move higher, I knew that we wanted to see the market go higher. I'm gonna drop down the 5-minute. Awesome. So this is really the key level, so keep this in mind, but I was willing to see the market trade down into this 5-minute order or 5-minute fair value gap. I did not want to see it trade down fully, but our stops allowed for it to go to at least halfway. I was hoping it would be, what's the word I'm looking for? I was hoping it would be a breakaway gap and not retest it, but if we were gonna retest it, I wanted it to only be like a short retest. So that's how I knew my stops would be all right underneath the 50%. And the 1 minute. Let's drop down to the good stuff, shall we? So in the morning, we had that consolidation. We took out these lows right here with that 9:30 a.m. move, and then we moved higher. That push higher, breaking market structure, comes back down into this small 1 minute order block, but then we respect it again. Honestly, the best trade today would have been this kind of fair value gap right here, aligned with this 1 minute order block, but that was at 9:38, and I usually like taking trades after 10 o'clock, as you know, that's the silver bullet time frame, but I've kind of been allowing myself to watch the markets, and if there is something, I would have taken a trade. So I was kind of waiting for 9:45. But the fact is we kind of just kept breaking higher and higher. And seeing this, now a break in market structure, wanting to go for that London high was key. So right here, we were waiting for somewhat of a pullback. We did take out some stops here, but the biggest thing was that 1 hour order block / immediate rebalance. So we took our trade off of that because we were gonna allow the market to keep moving down into that 5-minute fair value gap. But we took our trade after we seen the tap of these, we took our trade once we seen the tap of that 1 hour order block. And then essentially we kept moving higher and then ultimately to those London highs. And this trade was taken at 10:14. So I find too that it's all right to wait for 10 o'clock. Like we still find some really good setups as long as we don't hit our drawn liquidity. And since we hadn't reached the London highs yet, I feel like this was actually a really good trade. We came up into those London highs and then of course had a bit of a breakdown here, and now we're kind of moving lower. So we'll see how the rest of the day plays. We'll see how the candle closes. Essentially, this was my trade. The reason it's different is because I actually entered off of the 1 hour order block. So I entered off on a higher time frame PD array. I could have waited to get in here, this inversion fair value gap here. Seeing this play out, we had that push higher. We could have entered right there, but I was trying something different today. I was like, you know, I have faith that the market wants to push higher into these London highs. And since I have the drawn liquidity, the entry pattern is not that important, but we did get in here. We could have even had another entry at this fair value gap, inversion fair value gap, but it was still a really beautiful trade. And now I'm back into profits on my challenge, even after taking 2 losses. So that's the beauty of trading, especially when you're doing 1 to 2 risk to rewards. It's much easier to make back that loss. So great trade, super happy about it. Let's skip to part 2 and talk about this TopstepX, shall we? All right, so we're on this TopstepX's webpage. You guys know that I am trying to get funded with TopStep right now. Currently, I'm doing the 50K challenge, and it costs about $49 a month with the discounts for one account, right? $49 a month, one account. not a bad deal, but I have been trying to get funded for a while, so paying that monthly fee is just an added expense, I should say. But TopStep is now introduced their own trading platform. So instead of using like Trade or NinjaTrader or something like that, they're actually using their own platform. So TopstepX. I was talking to an online representative about like essentially what it is, what's the deal, what is going on. So they're actually having a $19 special for their 50K account right here. So it's only $19 a month USD for 50K account on TopstepX, which is their own platform. Some things that are different is, again, it's TopstepX, it's not TradeVit, it's not NinjaTrader, but to me, it kind of sounds really exciting because I was talking to them about it and they said that they're going to have their own copy trader on their platform. It's completely integratable with TradingView. They have almost all the same features, plus it's all on one kind of area. And the price is just too good to pass up on. So I think for me, I'm going to be switching over into the TopstepX platform. And instead of having my one account that costs $49 a month, I'm gonna actually activate and buy 2 of this TopStep accounts for $19 a month each. So I'm still saving money because that would only be about $38 a month compared to the $49 that I'm paying. Plus, I have 2 accounts. And eventually I want to start copy trading and I want to do those kind of things. So I think seeing this is exciting because I'll be able to copy trade on their platform and I'll be able to still trade on TradingView, which is what I do right now. The only difference is it'll be cheaper, and instead of 1 account, I'll be trading 2 with a copy trader, getting that experience, getting that knowledge. So I wanted to just kind of talk about it because right now if you're trying to do a TopStep challenge, they're having this code, you have to use TopstepX at checkout, and they're having this deal until Monday, May 13th. So just for this week, you can get a 50K account for $19 a month, which is actually a really good deal. Especially because I like trading TopStep. I'm a Mac user, so I just do it on my desktop, and I don't have Parallels, I don't have Windows, I just use Mac. And that's why I love trading on TradingView and using TopStep, because I'm able to integrate it really easily and it's all done on a web page, whereas other platforms you have to download the actual platform, whereas this one you won't have to. It's a web page as well. TopstepX is a web page, so you'll be able to use it with a Mac, with Windows, with whatever you're using right now. And it's just awesome because simplicity in it all is great, and the price point, mint. So that's what I'll be doing moving forward. Not sure how I'm gonna play out this account that I have now. I'm probably gonna cancel that one out and then just focus on this new account. So some things in store, that's for sure. But the deal ends Monday the 13th at midnight. So definitely give it a check, give it a look, especially if you're kind of wanting to try something different. And for the price point, a 50K account for $19 a month is actually really cheap. So definitely give them a look, definitely check it out. I know I'm gonna be doing the TopstepX for a while here and keeping you guys posted on what's, how it works, what is going on, but thought I'd hop on here, kind of share my trade, and then share a little bit about what I'll be doing next moving forward. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got some value from this video. I know I love making these videos, so I hope you enjoyed watching it. Leave me a comment in below and let me know if you are interested in the TopstepX platform or what you're using for your trading right now. I'd love to know. So I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see each other very soon. Bye for now.